everyone and welcome back. So today's going to be a recipe video, a very quick one, on these pesto burgers. They don't look particularly nice, but they tasted absolutely amazing and they were just something that was different. And yeah, probably could have made them into patties, but I decided not to. But they were just as amazing anyway. So starting off, you need your ingredients. So I had a 500 gram container of beef mince. I found that this would have been good with turkey as well. A Turkish roll, that's what I used. Now you could obviously use 3 or 4 depending on how many people you're feeding. Some sun-dried tomatoes, these were marinated in oil. Swiss cheese slices, now I don't like Swiss cheese that much, but I use these. Some garlic, actual garlic, jar garlic's fine. Pesto sauce and an onion. So starting off, I cut up my onion. I actually cut it into quite big chunks because I like my onion quite chunky. At first I was actually originally going to make this for a pasta, so that is why I cut my onion a bit bigger, but it doesn't matter, it all mixed in together anyway. I then used about 3 or 4 pieces of garlic, like 3 or 4 little garlic cloves as well, and I also cut them quite chunky because I wanted the flavour to go through a little bit more. If I cut them up smaller, the flavour I find doesn't go through as much, and I like sometimes getting that chunk of garlic when I bite into things. So then I have our cast iron pan with some olive oil in it, extra virgin olive oil, and I just cooked the onion in here. I'd use an oven mitt to hold it because the pan gets quite hot. So I'm just cooking the onion for a little bit, and I have no idea why the lighting is like striped. I then come back and I added the garlic to the pan as well. I tend to not add the garlic at the same time as the onion because the garlic tends to burn very quickly. So I added it just here as you saw, and I'm stirring it. So garlic cooks very quickly and burns very easy, so it's a good idea to cook it slowly and sort of almost put it in at the end like what I'm doing. I then stirred the, what's it called? Sun-dried tomatoes through and put the meat in. I only used a few sun-dried tomatoes and I cut them up quite small because I don't like mine to be quite so big, but obviously you can add more if you wanted more, but I didn't. I only like very few, so yeah. And when I decided to make this into burgers, that's when I decided that the other two, I have 2 more portions of meat left over. I froze them, so that's another reason why I cut everything up fairly big. I froze them to use with pasta. But I'm just going on, I'm letting it cook, stirring the meat every now and then just so it cooks evenly and cooks through, and to break it up into small little pieces. There was a heck of a lot of oil in the bottom of the pan. I didn't show you guys, but I actually drained the oil. Once I put the pesto sauce in, there was a heck of a lot of oil. So I ended up draining it and actually keeping the pesto flavoured oil separate for something else in the end. But here I'm adding the pesto sauce. If you wanted to make it creamy, you could have put some cream through it, or even some like stock, beef stock, to make it a little bit more casserole-like. I just put some aioli on the top of the bread rolls because I don't use butter and I wanted a bit of aioli. I put the Swiss cheese on the bottom, and then I scooped on bits of the pesto. I know this doesn't look the best. It's not very good presentation, but I can't tell you how great these tasted. It was amazing. And it was literally like a spur of the moment thing. I decided to film something just a bit different because I'm used to doing pasta and things like that, because it's easy and it's quick, and like the weekend I'm at my mum's, it's like the fortnight I eat my pasta, so yeah, but whatever. I just put the lids on the burgers. I didn't toast my bun. And then in the end, this is the meat that's left over. I let it cool down and I ended up separating it into 2 portions and putting it in the freezer, in our little freezer containers that we all have. And I'm going to use that later for pasta or something else. And that is the oil that I got out of the bottom of the container, out of the pan, and I was letting some butter sort of soften, and I was going to make pesto butter, so I did, and I have used it, and it actually works really well. So this video is being filmed about 2.5 weeks before I uploaded it, and the pesto butter is really nice. So here we go, guys. This is the full finished burgers. I probably should have made the meat mixture into like a patty and then used the pesto sauce like as a sauce on the burger, but I, again, as I mentioned, changed it last minute, but it doesn't matter. It still tasted great. It looks horrendous, but the kitchen smelled amazing. So I want to say thank you so much for watching, guys. If you really like the Cook With Me series, please give the video a thumbs up. It lets me know to do more. My next one is going to be a Mexican pasta, so like Mexican bolognese, very easy and very quick, so stay tuned for that. All my social media sites are in the description box. Please check out that, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye!